Welcome to episode 38 of the Shine and Thrive podcast. If you're a photographer that wants to learn more about personal development hacks and business hacks for your life and business, you are in the right place. And I'm so excited about today's episode because I've been thinking about creating these little tidbit episodes of like mindset hacks and sprinkling them throughout the podcast episodes, just so that over time you can actually work on strengthening your mindset, because our mindset has so much to do with the results that we actually have in our life and business. When I first started my wedding photography business back in 2011, I made just $5,000 in my business. Now, I bring in multiple six figures per year while working only 30-hour weeks serving my dream couples. I'm here to help you discover that it's so possible to have what you want when you want in your business, so that you can create the life you've always dreamed of and deserve. So I'm going to dive into today's episode, and I'm going to start it off with saying we all do it. We put that thing on our to-do list that we know needs to get done or we want to get done. And then we put it off and put it off and put it off. And I'm no unicorn. I straight up procrastinate often. And usually it's on the things that are new or scare me or are just straight up uncomfortable, like going out for a run when it's freaking cold. Ew, I'm still working on that one. I mean, I'm a runner throughout the spring, summer, and fall, but the winter, I'm going to see if I can tackle that this year. But as much as I know that I'll always be human and can never perfectly finish everything on my to-do list right on time for the rest of my life, I know that I have the power within myself to grow towards becoming better at tackling those things that I would normally procrastinate, because I put it on my to-do list for a reason. That means, guys, that I want to do it. And you too, you put things on your to-do list for that same reason. You want to do it because you know it'll positively benefit you. Okay, so this is the mindset hack I use. When I arrive in a moment of decision where I have to choose whether I will do the thing or not, I can either go down the road of A, my brain thinking these following thoughts. It'll be hard. It'll just take too much energy. I'll probably screw up, or it'll be uncomfortable the whole time. So I can pick one of those and choose to roll with that, or I can choose B, which is to imagine how I will feel once I am done. Now, I want you to take a second, I'm going to take a pause here for you to think back to a task or a time that you had to get something done and you were putting it off. So literally just like think of something right now. I'm going to take a pause for you. Okay. So if you have it, I want you to think about, how did you feel when you were constantly putting it off? Just think about how you felt there. So typically, I know this is how I feel. I feel low energy. I feel weight on my shoulders. I feel anxiety. I feel stress. Like, I'm sure that you feel one of those things too, or even something else. Okay, so now think back and remember how it felt to finally have it done. So either doing that workout, finishing off that wedding gallery and sending it to clients, having the courage to post that photo that you love to your Instagram, but maybe you're putting it off because it's a little different than what you see out there. So think about how you felt. And I mean, doesn't it feel so good? It feels so good to do something, to get things done that you know positively impact you. So basically, if I want to do the thing that is either uncomfortable or new or maybe not even that fun because it simply has to get done, I imagine and embody the feeling of being done. And what I mean by embody is literally, it's like I transport myself into that moment in time. And I actually take on the feeling in my body of what it feels like in the future, or basically, technically, what it actually felt like for me in the past in that scenario. And this helps so much. So once I feel that feeling, I stop thinking. I want to say that again. I stop thinking. I stop the thoughts rolling around in my head. And I go through the actual motions of getting whatever I want to get done. So that's putting on my workout clothes, tying my shoes, constantly embodying that feeling. I know that when I'm done this is how I'm going to feel. And I want this feeling to actually be even more intense than I'm feeling it right now. And as I'm going through the motions of getting it done, that puts me in a state of flow. And then before I know it, I'm freaking done. And every time this goes through my mind, like every single time I'm done, this is what I think. Damn, I put way more energy into putting it off than I actually took for me to do it. And then I'm like, I have to remember this feeling for next time. And then I'm constantly programming my brain that way, like, oh, remember this feeling for next time, so that in the future, I can access that feeling and embody it faster. So you know exactly what I'm talking about. When you put off working out, it takes about like 20 minutes for you to go back and forth in your mind. I mean, I do it too, on whether to do it or not. But if you just decided at minute number 1 to go for that 15-minute run, then you would be done the run by the time the 20 minutes is up. Isn't that just like mind-boggling? I'm taking a moment to pause this episode to share an exciting free resource with you that I know you'll definitely want to take advantage of. It's a space where I'll be going live at a minimum every 2 weeks to answer your questions, along with content to keep you motivated in between podcast episodes. It's a way for us to connect about photography, business, personal development in an uplifting, productive, and safe space. This free resource I'm telling you about right now is the Shine and Thrive podcast community on Facebook. What I felt was missing with me just podcasting was actually interacting with you and answering the questions you have along the way. I know what it feels like to feel stuck, and at times all you need is that one question answered or that kick in the ass, well, in the best way possible, to get your momentum going again. In short, I want to be there for you to answer your questions so that you can achieve those big and exciting results you dream of. The Ask Me Anything live sessions I'll be doing every 2 weeks are exclusive only to this community, so you want to make sure to join and get your question ready for me. So head over to Facebook right now, type in Shine and Thrive Podcast Community, and request to join. We will be waiting for you on the other side with open arms. I cannot wait to connect with you. Okay, so here's another exercise that will help you visualize this better. I just came up with this and I'm like, oh my God, this is so cool. I'm so excited about this exercise I can take you through. Imagine a parallel universe where there are 2 types of you, okay? One of you is moving through life slowly at a snail's pace because you're literally just stuck in your thinking. The other you flows through life effortlessly and more efficiently because you're simply doing. So even imagine in a movie when you see there's a person, imagine the slow person of you, the slow version of you is going through the motions really slowly. And then there's a person right beside you that's like a ghost, right? And that person's moving really quickly and more effortlessly. Imagine that, right? So I want to ask you this. Which version of yourself do you choose today? And that's it. Bam. I just wanted to leave you with that because I want you to finish off this podcast episode and really decide that for today. Whatever task you had on your to-do list, maybe one of them you were procrastinating for a while. Maybe there's something that you really want to get done today to really benefit your mental health, anything like that. Embody the feeling of how you're going to feel when you are done. Okay, so if this gave you the inspiration you needed today, I would love to hear from you. So please reach out to me via a DM on Instagram. You can find me at Sara Monika Photo on Instagram. That's Sara, no H, Monika with a K. I would love to connect. Let me know what task you're procrastinating and what you're like, Sara, thank you for this kick in the butt. I needed it. This is what I'm going to do. Just DM me, let me know. It's good to have accountability as well. Would love to connect. Okay, so now go on and feel your way through the day and get that thing done. Yay! Thank you so much for hanging out with me and tuning into this episode. If you got value out of it, please feel free to message me on Instagram at Sara Monika Photo. That's Sara no H, Monika with a K photo, to let me know. I get so freaking energized hearing from others that what I've said has had a positive impact on their lives. Also, make sure to hit subscribe to the Shine and Thrive podcast to never miss an episode. I'm so grateful for you, and I'm sending you all the productive vibes your way so you have the best week ever.